Hey everybody! Okay, so we went from the Rolling Stones' debut album from 1964, England Hitmakers. I think I reviewed the English, the UK Rolling Stones album. And now we're entering the 80s of the Rolling Stones. And today my review, we'll be reviewing Emotional Rescue. I love the thermal of the photographs here. So, I believe this was the Rolling Stones' 17th album here in the United States. I believe. I could be wrong on that. This went double platinum here, and it went gold in the UK. It was the #1 album on both sides. It was released June the 20th of 1980, and it was recorded mostly in 1979, the previous year. So January and October of that year was when they were recording this album. They had 3 different studios that they recorded this in, including Paris, which was also, they recorded the previous album, Some Girls, in that studio, including Compass Point in Nassau and New York City, Electric Lady. The thermo shots, which I showed you there, were done by this Paris artist named Roy Curriston. And also, in fact, the Emotional Rescue music video includes the thermo, sort of effect, in the music video. I think there's 2 different versions, but definitely for that one for sure. I remember that one definitely for sure. VH1 Classic. I remember watching that, and they would just show a marathon of music videos, and I remember Emotional Rescue. The cover design was once again by Peter Curriston, who did Some Girls. This happens to be pretty much just like how Some Girls kind of was, It's not, I feel like it's not meant to really be kind of, well, there are a couple songs that have a little bit of that early Stones feel, but most of it is definitely like how it was with Some Girls, and heck, even Black and Blue. We were getting mostly the punk and, definitely the reggae as well. This definitely has a feel of get up and dance and party, basically, I feel like this is definitely, the way I can describe this album is definitely a party album. It definitely has that party feel, definitely has that get up, dance with your loved one or whatever. That's how I mostly get out of the album, Of course, we all know the 2 big hits, Emotional Rescue. Of course, that was a really big hit, went to #3, including She's So Cold, which we have the 45. In fact, my dad, he bought that 45 back in the day. Which, of course, on the flip side was Send It To Me. I believe that was the B-side to that 45. But anyways, I like this album. It's fun. I don't think it's not bad. I think some people consider this to be like a bad Stones album. Well, we'll see. I don't know. I definitely love the next album, of course, Tattoo You. And their albums get a little bit, they get a little bit, well, anyways, once we get to those albums, of course, then that's when I'll get to those, right? So the opening track, we get to side 1 here. It's called Dance Part 1. I guess there was no part 2 here. I love this song. It had the disco feel. Definitely was recorded in '79, that's for damn sure. And of course, at this point, disco was dead pretty much in 1980 when this album came out. It's a very much upbeat, disco-esque song. It almost has a little bit of that hot stuff feeling. But it definitely sounds, definitely for the time, definitely sounds like 1979, right? Mick on percussion here. Keith on that wah-wah-ish kind of, face shifter guitar, electric. We got Ron on rhythm. He's on left. You can hear Keith on right and Ron on left here. And Bill was not here. Ron is playing the bass here. I love that. He's got that really good disco bass sound. I also love Bobby Keys as well, which of course he, kind of, he returns here on this album, believe it or not. And Nicky Hopkins and Stu, they missed out on a couple of the other albums, or at least the last album, and I think Black and Blue. We also have this guy here called Max Romero on backing vocals here. Oh yeah, this is a fun song, man. Get up, get out, get into something new. Yeah, I love that. Get up, get out, get into something new. It's like, man, get up, dance. That's how I feel. That's that's how I feel this album. It's like, it's like you just wanna make your girl happy. That's how it is. I feel like that's the theme of this album. It's like, you know what? Make your girl happy, make her feel like, she's yours, Then we have the second track, and it's called Summer Romance. Basically a punk influence, a little bit of a punk flavor, pop rocker with that Stones feel, with that Stones classic Stones rock. In the mid part solo there, I don't know if it was Keith or Ron doing that solo, has a little bit of the Angus Young once again, kind of, I can definitely hear a little bit of that AC/DC. Mick on electric here, and all three of them are here on electric, which of course Mick opens it up here with the electric. We also have no Bill here, but once again Ron here playing on. I really like Ron's bass playing. It's very prominent, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like Ron and Keith have a different style in their bass playing. And I love Ron's playing here. It's freaking fantastic. I also love Keith. Like, they have a very nice clean electrics here, followed by, of course, of the Angus Young shtick of that craziness. Oh yeah, I love this song. It's basically a song you can roll your eyes to at, but it's basically about an older guy with flinging on a younger girl. Basically, it's a summer fling. A college girl basically with an older, I don't know, teacher or something. I don't know, or older guy. I don't know. Yeah, I can see why most people can probably maybe pass it or maybe just love it just because of that feel. I don't know, whatever. They make it the next song, and it's called Send It To Me. I call it here boogie reggae medium tempo popper here, pop song here. In the beginning, sounds a bit like War, sounds like a Why Can't We Be Friends kind of. Nicky here on synthesizer, including Sugar Blue here on harmonica. Mike Shervive, I believe, is on percussion. Never heard of this guy. Never heard of that guy. And plus also Bill on bass. He's back here on this track here. Followed by, of course, Keith with a nice clean electric here. It's an okay song. It definitely has a little bit of that sort of feel, kind of what they're kind of having already. Kind of like Cherry O Baby has that little bit of that feel. I kind of like the ending where Mick's kind of saying, she's Bulgarian, she's Australian, she's Ukrainian, but she's an alien. Come on, baby, just send her to me, send it to me. Yeah, I guess it's kind of a fun track, I don't think I'm not a huge fan of this song, but, whatever, send it to me. Then I love this one, Let Me Go. Oh yeah, I love this one. Can you get it through your thick head? It's almost new wave feel. I think they were getting to that sort of sound, and it almost sounds a bit like She's So Cold. Now we're getting to that sort of thing where the Rolling Stones are kind of grasping onto the new wave sound, which of course was very popular at that time. Has a bit of the knack, has a little bit of the romantics, a little bit, I love Mick here on electric, of course, that clean electric. Keith and Ron, I love how all three of them can really can play their electric and really play it together so well. I love that. Ron on a little bit of that sparse pedal steel as well, which also he does on She's So Cold. Bobby Keys on sax, hear that, and Mike Shaviv again on percussion. This is a good one. I like this one. It's got a bit of that, a you know, sort of new approach that they're kind of going for here of this, of this time period. Then we get the last track on side one. It's called Indian Girl. It has a very much marimba feel, medium tempo ballad. Keith here opening it up here with an acoustic guitar, followed by bass, because he's or followed by bass by Bill here. And of course Ron accompanying with the pedal steel. Nicky on piano, and Jack Nietzsche here hasn't been around as much on these albums, but he's doing a horn arrangement here, a horn playing here. It's not as bad. It's okay. It definitely has a little bit of that. Some of the earlier stuff, some of those earlier ballads. It almost has a little bit of nostalgia, kind of like going back to the early '70s ballady kind of stuff. Kind of like Angie and. Definitely nowhere near, of course, Coming Down Again and all that, and maybe even Angie. I don't know. It's kind of a deep song. It's about girls, and it's about these. It's really bad. It's about people getting raped, people starving to death, and I don't know if this really works well, you know what I mean? Well, I guess it kind of does. I really like Mick's delivery. I really like his, I guess I like his vocal delivery, you know what I mean? Kind of has a little bit of that Ghost Head Soup and, a little bit of that Exile feel. Yeah, it's a little bit of a dark song, I think, in my opinion, but yeah. So that ends side one, so we get to side two here, and we get to a nice, so after Indian Girl, we dealt with that sort of theme there. Now we get to Where the Boys Are, or Where the, see, when I was listening to this song, or when I was thinking, is it Where the Boys Are, or Where the Boys Go? Because I think of Connie Francis, that song, Where the Boys Are, Where the Boys Go. I love this song. It's a really nice, great song that the Stones are kind of poking at, basically, which of course was the new wave punk feel, Very much Ian Dury vocal approach here by Mick. It's a fun, upbeat, punk-flavored rocker, I like to call it here. I just love it, man. Everyone's on energy. Everyone's on high energy here. We got 3 of them once again on electric. And everyone's just blistering away here. Bill's not here, unfortunately. We got Ron here. Oh, yeah, his bass playing is amazing here. And poor old Stu, he's in the back. You can't hear him. Where the boys all go on a Saturday night. And I love where the female singers come in. Oh, yeah, when they're singing something about where the girls are coming or something like that. I don't know. It's a fun song. I can definitely picture those new wave punk, these sort of discos, these sort of bars or whatever. Everyone's just bouncing around, having fun, I just love it, man. And those female singers, oh my God, it just makes this song so special. I love this track, fun. But the special thing about the song, though, right when it ends, gets right into Down in the Hole. Excuse me. Oh yeah, this is a great one. Down in the Hole. Just a nice bluesy Stones. Ooh man, nitty gritty feeling here. A little bit of a ballad too as well, with Sugar Blue on that harmonica. So freaking great. Very much dirty lyrics here. Well, yeah, I guess so. Ron here on electric. I really like his electric playing here as well, including Keith. They're almost kind of dueling here, or they're kind of mixed on both sides, left and right. This is a really nice song. I really, really like this song. It has a bit of a dirge feel a little bit as well. And I really love Mick's, his sort of vocal approach here. It's really freaking great. Down the Hole. Just one, I feel like this is definitely an underrated track here, definitely for sure. An underrated gem here, Down in the Hole. I love this. I love that track. Definitely great. Then we get two of the songs, the next two songs here. These are the big songs on here. This is the title track of the album title, Emotional Rescue. This went to number 3, like I mentioned. It was recorded October the 1st and the 19th of 1979. This is basically a soul kind of, maybe even disco-esque feel, or disco-esque, flavored song here, with Mick on electric piano and a ooh, 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 I want to be your emotional rescue. I can't do it justice. And as well as electric here, including Keith, including Ron here, and he's on bass. Bill on that string synthesizer, that sort of sound, We also have Stu here on electric piano as well, including keys on saxophone. The only thing I don't like about this song, and this really kind of kills me a little bit, I kind of roll my eyes thinking, I'll be a knight in shining armor. I can totally see why some people can probably be a little bit embarrassed or maybe even think, ooh. But anyways, that's a fun song. I personally don't think this is not one of my favorite Stones songs. It's whatever. I do like that music video though. It's fun, This is just a song they're just having a good time with. Some people could say it's a crap song. Some say, ooh, it's a good song. Or some say, oh, it's a nice, fun, whatever. I can definitely see some people being mixed about this track, Anyways, then we get the 4th track on side 2. And it's another biggie here, She's So Cold. This went to number 26 and was recorded in January of 79. Really great electrics here. It definitely reminds me of the Let Me Go song, definitely for sure. Nice clean electrics here done by Mick, of course, and Keith. And of course there was a music video, that nice, it almost looks like tile, Of course everyone always has to have the bright white background, and their, music like My Sharona, it's like pure white, the background. I guess, whatever. I guess that was sort of a, special thing back then, but whatever. And we got Ron here on pedal steel with that, that sort of thing. Keys on saxophone, Mike Shervive again on percussion. Oh yeah, this is definitely a classic Stones song for sure. I always listen to this and man, it's so good. I'm so hot for her, I'm so hot for her, I'm so hot for her, she's so cold. She's so goddamn cold. Oh, I just love that. Man, so, it gets you right here. And then we get the last track here. I love this song. It's kind of an interesting way to end this album. And it's called All About You. This is a nice Keith soulful ballad. I really love his vocal approach here. He can be very soulful in these. Leading in with saxophone as well by Bobby Keys, which kind of gives it a bit of a jazz feel a little bit as well. We have Ron here on electric. And pretty much Keith is running the show basically. And Mick Jagger he wasn't even on this track. Keith here, he's playing electric, bass, and piano. So he's basically running the show here. And of course with Ron. And of course little Charlie. Nice milky face shifting in the beginning there. Or pretty much throughout the song here. I really love Keith's vocal delivery here. It's so great. I like this one. All About You. This is definitely another kind of a nice underrated gem Stones track here. And that's what ends the album, folks. Emotional Rescue. I think this isn't that bad of an album. Definitely these 80s albums, or at least starting with Some Girls, they weren't trying to make their songs so serious, you know what I mean? It felt like they were just basically having fun. just doing whatever they want, because they're the freaking Stones, man. Come on. So we get the next album, 1981, Tattoo You, where it's basically mixed of a lot of tracks from different eras of the Stones. And they kind of, and in fact, they had 3 songs they didn't have, unfortunately, on this album. I believe it was Hang Fire, Little TNA, and another song, I believe. But yeah, so we get into a lot of which is kind of unique, you know what I mean? Because it kind of showcases some of the stuff that they didn't have on their other albums. And so they bring it here on Tattoo You. Going back to, I believe, to Exile on Main Street, or at least the Ghost Head Soup era. So that'll be fun to kind of review that album, Tattoo You. And of course, that'll be my next album to review. So thank you, folks. Take care. Bye-bye.